everybody. My name is Beth, and I am the Steadfast Stitcher, both here on Flosstube and over on Instagram. Welcome. I'm so glad you could join me today. This is my Flosstube number 57, the first one of November 2022. Oh my goodness. I can't believe we're in November already. Just to forewarn you all, I am having some brain-to-mouth connectivity issues today. This is like take 22 or something like that. But to be fair, I am recording later than usual on a Wednesday. I normally record every other Wednesday right after work, but today has been a little crazy. So I'm recording later in the evening than usual. So depending on how long it takes me to edit it and get the YouTube uploaded, we'll see when this actually gets up and premiered on YouTube. Oh my goodness, it has been a day. So I do have one whip to show, that's it. But I also have a finish to show, which I'm really excited about. And I kind of have mixed feelings about it because it's something I've really enjoyed stitching on. So it's like, yay, it's done. Oh, I don't get to stitch on it anymore. Do you ever feel like that? Where you get like, you know, great, I'm done. Oh, bummer, I don't get to stitch on it anymore. Let me know in the comments. Hopefully I'm not the only one. But first, let me go to a whip that I only worked a little bit on, and that's because I wanted to take a little break from the piece I was focused on to finish. And this is Home of a Needleworker 2. And it's from Little House Needleworks. I do like this one. And I mentioned before, it may be a gift. I have both this one and the original Home of a Needleworker. I need to hide my nails because they're kind of a mess. But so really, all I've worked on was the roof. And I'm doing this on 18 count Ada. And just because I wanted to take a little break from my main focus piece. But so that is Home of a Needleworker 2, and I do enjoy the piece. I just need to spend more time on it. So my finish, I'm really excited about. I've mentioned before, I plan to have like a literary cross-stitch wall at some point. That is all cross-stitch pieces related to literature in one way or another. Whether it be like bookshelves or literary quotes, anything like that. So this one, even though it has a distinctly kind of Halloween vibe, definitely fits into literary cross-stitch because it is a quote from the book Dracula by Bram Stoker. This is from Lindy Stitches, and it's called Dracula's Confession. And I just finished it. It is not ironed yet, so sorry about that. But I saved the leaves, the falling leaves, for last, and I'm so glad I did. They are so, so pretty. I think they really make the pattern. I did this on 28 count Badlands by Bestitch Me. This also had a Sal, which was Shade and Shadow. Told you, brain-mouth connectivity issues. Surprised there's not this little blue circle spinning around my face because it's just not working. But so this, I did use the Dinky Dye Silks called for in the bat. And I used all the called for colors with the exception of I Love the Shade and the Shadow. That one called for a straight red DMC, and I changed it to a red DMC Etoile. So it's got a little bit of a metallic to it, which isn't, unfortunately, not showing up on camera, but I can definitely see it in person. And I got the idea, I believe, from George R.R. Martin. You're familiar with him as being the author for the Game of Thrones series. He also wrote a wonderful book about vampires, and I'm going to have to put the title down here because I can't think of it right now. But there was something in the book about the metallic tang of blood, and that's where I got the idea of using a Etoile for this. Now, one question that I have for you guys, and I know I can Google it, but you're also good at knowing this, at knowing everything about cross stitch. You are all amazing. Is if you can still iron this if you've used a Etoile, because of the, I wonder, because of the metallic bits in here, if you can still, or how you would go about ironing it. I usually put like a tea towel or something over it, and then iron through that. But if I need to be more careful with the Etoile, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, I've got a couple things going on. First up, I am really excited about a class that I'm taking this Saturday. Not cross-stitch directly, but it definitely affects cross-stitch. I am taking an early American fabric dyeing course this weekend in Old Salem, and I'm very excited about it. It comes with a silk scarf, but you're also allowed to bring other fabrics with you. We're going to be dyeing fabric over an open flame with big old cauldron, the whole 9 yards. I can't wait to do it. I'm hoping it still goes on because we are expected to get a good bit of rain on Saturday. So I'm going to cross my fingers. It's definitely an outdoor class. But I'm planning on bringing some Ada and Lugana with me to try out dyeing. And I cannot wait to see how that goes. I'm excited about it. And let's see. Oh, I noticed just before I started recording, I got a notification that both Amy Loves Toads and Stitchman Darcy have new episodes out tonight. So do go check them out. I know I'm going to. I've had a lot of fun recently catching up on some floss tubes that I have not had a chance to watch in a while. And boy, was I enabled. You'll see that in my haul. And there's also a person that I Zoom with that has been working on one project, and I got enabled by her. I have not talked all day today. I literally had no phone calls, no meetings. It was great, but it was like, this is the first time I'm speaking all day today. The other thing I wanted to mention was a relatively new floss tuber. Now, she's not in the under 1,000 subscriber club. She, in fact, has just exploded onto the scene. I believe she has about 8 floss tubes out. And she's already got like 4,000 subscribers. And if you go see her channels, you'll see why she is so prolific, and the samplers that she's been doing, the things that she's finished, just amazing. I'm not jealous at all. No, I love our stitching community here. I think it's wonderful. I always wonder about the YouTube algorithm and how things work with that, but that's out of my realm completely. But her name is Sarah's Stitchy Spot. Do go check out her channel. She was recommended to me by her friend Gail during one of our Zoom chats. And yes, Sarah's channel is fantastic. And like I said, wow, is she prolific. amazing how much she has finished, how much she's working on, and just what she accomplishes every video. It's fantastic. The other thing I wanted to mention, I always get like a little giddy fangirly when like Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery responds to a comment that I make. Even just, the written comments below, it's like, oh, I get a notification. Modern Folk Embroidery responded to your comment. Whee! I love his channel and I love his designs. And his latest episode, if you haven't seen it already, I think it's been out for a few days, maybe almost a week. But like I said, I've been behind. Make sure you watch it to the end. It's just epic. It is fantastic. So one of the things that I commented on, his fur babies were in the video, and occasionally you've seen mine. But he showed this antique sampler, which really, the edges weren't really not in good condition at all. But the sampler was this massive 2 towers cathedral, and it was just amazing. I was like, any chance you might chart this? Because I love it. It would be epic. It would take me probably the rest of my life to do. It's going to be huge. But apparently I'm not the only one that thought it would be a good idea if he charts this. So I think he might. I'm going to cross my fingers because it is absolutely stunning. So do go check out Modern Folk Embroidery as well. And I got enabled by catching up with some Flosstubers that I have not seen in a while. One was Saltbox Stitcher. Another one was Helen D. She's just amazing. She has got so many tutorials out there. If you have not seen her channel, do go check her out. If nothing else, then for all the tutorials that she has for finishing ideas. She's fantastic. Now, as some of you know, if you've watched my video before, I am planning on doing a kitted up parade and a whip parade before the end of the year. Next month is my birthday, but in 2023 in December, I'm having a 0 birthday. So I'm going to be doing my birthday starts. So it'll be 60 for 60. 60 new starts for 60. So my first one, I'm not showing them all now because they're not ready. That's part of my plans for this weekend, is setting up everything and getting them ready to go. But I already know what my January 1st start will be, because I'm going to be doing a SAL with Alan Gator Stitcher. She's wonderful. Do go check her channel if you haven't. But we're going to be starting Barnfish Owl by Kathy Barrick. And I am really excited about starting this. And Owl and Gator had the best name because it's nice and simple and it hasn't been used yet. It's just going to be Brown Fish Owl Sal. Nancy, who I Zoom with, is such a sweet person. She's also over on Instagram, but she's also going to be starting this with us as well. And I'm excited about it. So if you'd like to join in, this gives you plenty of time to put stuff together. Brown Fish Owl Sal. And this is designed by Kathy Barrick. And I just love this one. So I will be kitting this up and getting it ready to go. I am going to be looking at possibly converting this to silks that Gail recommended. And now, hold please. So Gail and a couple other people that I Zoomed with have mentioned Vicki Clayton Silks. And I did go on her website. And while she doesn't have this one kitted up yet, she's very good from what I understand if you message her about kitting up silks for different patterns. I happen to notice that she also has Tisket a Tasket from Rosewood Manor kitted up. The silks, a silk pack for it. And I have a Tisket a Tasket and I'm planning to start that next year. So it's definitely a possibility. But I do plan on contacting her about Brownfish Owl and seeing about doing it in silks. At least the owl part of it I want to do in silk. And maybe the rest in the called fors, but definitely I think the owl deserves some silk because he is just spectacular. Now, as to haul, I wasn't really planning on doing much in haul because I'm pretty well up there for everything that I need for patterns for my new starts that I'm planning next year. But I did need to order some threads that they didn't have in stock at my local needlework shop. So I did have this one on my wish list for quite some time, this pattern. And I thought, oh, what the heck, I'm going to get it this time because I keep meaning to. And it's called Cat Lessons for People and by Lizzie Kate. I love this. And I really don't know why it's been on my wish list for so long because I keep meaning to buy it because I really like it. Let's see. It is 162 by 107. And let me read it real quick for you. It's Cat Lessons for People. Be purr snickety. Play with your food. Appreciate wildlife. Nap every day. I like that one. Don't bite. I try not to. Don't bite when a hiss will do. Practice patience. Listen before speaking. When you make a mess, bury it. Sit very close to those you love. So, yeah, Cat Lessons for People by Lizzie Kate. I absolutely love this one. It's so cute. I'm thinking this should stitch up fairly fast because it's pretty much just mostly all words with like a little cat in the middle and a fishbowl at the bottom. I think this is going to be very fun. And I did get the call for Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color Works. Since I was ordering thread anyways, I might as well get the threads for these. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Now, while I was watching Saltbox Stitcher, who I have not watched in a while, unfortunately, because I do really like her channel, she was talking and showing some patterns that she had, and I think they were finishes, like little pumpkin heads and little designs that were from a company called Not Forgotten Farms. I'm sure most of you have already heard of Not Forgotten Farms, and I've probably heard it somewhere as well, but it never really connected. So I went on Etsy and checked out their site for Not Forgotten Farms, and I picked up a couple sweet little designs. One is 189 by 149, and then the other one is 131 by 131, so it's a square. So this one is kind of a primitive Quaker that I really like, and it's called Ever Humble. You know, so it's the Be It Ever So Humble, Home Sweet Home. I really like it. It is a very sweet design. And I can't believe that I've never checked out their page before, because they really have some fun designs. The other one that I got from Not Forgotten Farms is Anne Fritz 1824. And this is a sweet little sampler. And I just love the little white house with the smoke coming out. Yes. Anne Fritz from Not Forgotten Farms. And this is one that should stitch up fairly quickly. And it's just a very sweet pattern. I really like it. I'm thinking this is either fabric I could dye myself, or Badlands from Be Stitch Me, or even Vintage Country Mocha would look great with that. Yeah, I like this one a lot. And then my last one, Lori, if you're watching, this one's your fault. I've seen her been working on it on Facebook and in the Zoom group. I've also seen it on Instagram. And I kept looking at it and kept looking at it. It came out in pieces, so I was kind of waiting to see the finished product. So I'm not starting it this year, but I am definitely starting it next year. This is from Lola Crow Cross Stitch on Etsy, and it's the Haunted Library. Look at those stairs. They are so well done. And there's Edgar Allan Poe up there. There's a clown from Stephen King. I want to say that's Mary Shelley down there, the author of Frankenstein. But yeah, I love this. This reminds me of the librarian from Ghostbusters, the original movie. But yeah, there's so much going on here. Yeah, I absolutely love this. This is going to be fun to stitch. Now, like I said, yeah, I'm not going to start it till next year. So this will be part of all my new starts for 2023. But thank you, Lori, for enabling me. Saltback Stitcher for enabling me on Not Forgotten Farms. Brownfish Owl with Owl and Gator Stitcher. And Nancy, who's Hedgehog on Instagram. Hedgehog friendly. And yeah. So much to do. So those are all part of 2023 plans. Coming up for November is Black Sampler November that Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery started. I don't have a sampler that's solid black, but I do have one that's black and red, and that is from Modern Folk Embroidery. It's the Real Comfort. It's the Jane Austen quote. I want to say Jane Eyre because that's another whip that I've got going on from Primitive Hair. But so I'll probably work on that. Then I've got another piece it's not a sampler, but it's all black, and it's called Midnight Manor from Waxing Moon Designs. So that'll probably come out. And when I ran out to do an errand, I noticed that my local radio station is now playing Christmas music. Oh my gosh. I know there are so many, it can go one way or the other, like, it's too early for Christmas music, or, yeah, I love it, it's November 1st, Christmas music is on. I kind of however it fits my mood. But I did bring out some Christmas pieces to start working on. One of them is Winter Tranquility. Let me show, I've got a couple to show you. I can show you what I'm gonna, my plans. So this is Winter Tranquility, and it desperately needs to be ironed. But this is from Twin Peaks Primitives. I don't know if you can see the snow down on the bottom there. but it's got a great little cabin. I need to finish up the cardinal up here. And it's a really sweet pattern. And I'm also going to be pulling out Quaker Snowflakes from Liz Matthews. Beautiful, beautiful pattern. And yeah, you got to see the fabric that I'm stitching it on too. It is gorgeous. This is Be Stitch Me. And it's an unnamed fabric that I bought during Friday Night Fight Night. And so I just have a tiny start on this one. Oh, Queen Elizabeth I is upside down. Here, let's fix her. But yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing Quaker Snowflakes on. So that's kind of all my plans, my haul. Totally enabled by fellow floss tubers, fellow cross stitch zoomers, and just having a great time. So that's everything I've got for you today. And it looks like the brain and the mouth are still working somewhat. Now I'll have to do a little bit of editing, and hopefully it won't take forever for this to load onto YouTube. And I will see you all in 2 weeks. Have a great couple of weeks. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're brand new, I hope you'll hit like and subscribe below. And I will see you again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye.